So let's talk about the sandbox, or what I call the Irish problem or the island problem. So I'm including a picture here. And if you look closely at that photograph, you'll notice right to left is Hillary Clinton, her Irish variant, my mother. Bill Clinton, the Irish variant, my father, now deceased. Um, Next to him, my auntie, Melania Trump. And next to her, Donald Trump, my uncle. Now this is the problem. This is the sandbox. This is what I'm talking about. I keep meeting the same people. I've been surrounded by, I don't know what they are. I don't know what to call them. Fallen angels, reptilians. I don't know what they are. I don't know what they are, but they play multiple roles. And they do torture humans. They psychologically torture us because they extract loot or something from us, something from our emotion. But anyway, I'm going to try and stay on the photo for a minute. My parents separated because of that cheating. And my father used to come over. We used to watch Friends after school, myself and my brother. And my father all of a sudden would come over whenever Monica was on the screen and make a remark or two. And once the cheating came out, once it all came to light what had happened, um, my mother, Hillary, put two and two together, and that finished them. So they couldn't, the two of them refused to play their roles anymore. They refused to play as Bill and Hillary. So the roles were taken up by my uncle and my auntie, Kate and Ned. So they are currently playing Hillary and Bill, as far as I know. As far as I know. Or at least they were for a while. This is the thing. They change roles, these guys. They change roles. Another one for you is in America, you have an actor named Ezra Miller. When Ezra Miller went to Hawaii, he was causing so many problems and getting in legal trouble and all this, that, and the other. Apparently, here in Ireland, the same thing was going on, but it was kept quiet so that people wouldn't draw the connection between Ezra Miller and his Irish counterpart. Who was his Irish counterpart? Barry Keoghan. Yeah, Barry Keoghan. And actually, if you Google them, I might include a picture here, if not, just Google them, Barry Keoghan and Ezra Miller. You'll see the resemblance. On top of that, this Ezra Miller fella, he is a friend over there in America, a young Native American girl who sings. Iron Eyes is her name. Iron. I-R-O-N, Eyes. Iron Eyes is a girl I worked with here in a factory, a medical factory, in Enniscorthy. Okay? I know how that sounds. Guess who else I worked with in that medical factory? I worked with the guy that played Hare Harrington on Stranger Things. You know, the guy with the full head of hair, was looking after the kids the whole time. I worked with him. His name was Keith. And I worked with the director of Jeepers Creepers. Do you know the guy who was done for being a paedophile? Whether it was, I can't remember if it was abuse or child porn or whatever it was he did. But I worked with him too. His name was Ian. And look, we can keep going down the list of, and this is what I don't understand about it, is if these these why do they have to be around humans? Can they not create? Can they not feel anymore because they're so old and bored, and they get sick of, these guys could be famous actors and world leaders, and they still get so bored and fed up with their roles that they walk away from them. Or some of the more stronger ones could get jealous and go, "Oh, that looks good. You've done that one now for long enough. I'm doing that. I'm doing that." There's waiting lists for guys to play certain roles, and girls. But there are Irish variants. And by the way, have you seen Selena Gomez and Taylor Swift lately? Everyone thinks it's going to be plastic surgery, that they've gotten work done. No. The two of them they're good friends, but they sat down in the car and they literally said to each other, "I'm so sick of my catalogue, I'd actually prefer to do yours. I prefer to, and I think Miss Swift responded with, I'm actually so bored of my songs and so tired with touring, I'd love to take a break. So they've swapped roles. It's not plastic surgery, it's not work being done, it's they got sick of playing the people that they were playing. And by the way, Taylor Swift is originally Zena LeVay, rather. Zena LeVay. And Andrew Tate is Anton LaVey. So that's why if you insult Taylor Swift, and one of the Tates will show up and give you what for, because that's happened to me before. But anyway, back to this is the problem, is that these beings, I don't know whether to call them fallen angels or reptilians, I don't know what to call them, but these beings are all around us. I'm sandboxed in with them. That was my complaint all along with meeting the same people over and over and over again. I don't know how they're doing it. I don't know why they're so interested in us. But it seems to be, this is all just one big rigged game for them. And, you know, they seem to need us, whether it's for worship, whether it's for creativity, whether it's for feeling, you know, extracting loose emotion. I don't know why they're so, like, these are rich and famous people, allegedly. Why would they bother working in a medical factory for shit money like I was at the time? Not a good job, surrounded by dumb people. I have stories about that factory for days. For days. But, like, even when I went on up in HR with a guy, oh, I'm hiring you, so I'm taking the hiring fee. And he'd try and he was a gay guy, he'd try and extort young men to, you know, do sexual favors for him. And he was angry with a girl for correctly accusing a man of rape. So he uploaded all the documents from HR onto the, you know, the accessible pages for employees to read. And that was his way of, like, trying to shame her for getting a guy in trouble. And that guy, they kept on for, like, the place was just nuts. All this stuff was known. This is only a few years ago, mind. All this stuff was known, and it was just let happen. It's constantly, guys, the people I've met are not people. There's the guy that works down at your local hardware shop, that could also be a famous actor or politician or world leader. I know where these people live. I can drive to their homes here. But what I don't understand is, what is the significance of Ireland? I've no disrespect to Ireland. I'm Irish myself, but why are they so insistent on being here? If you could be a famous celebrity over in America with, you know, millions under your pocket and, you know, good-looking women and all that, why would you be here, living around countryside of it? Like, I can drive to their homes, guys, and Netanyahu, I know who that is too, and I know where he lives too. That's Shamey. And my uncle, who you'll see in that photo as Trump, or I call him Pat, he literally bends over backwards for this guy. He's an ex-cop, an ex-guard. So, and I worked with him for a little while up there, and in his home county there, or not his home county, but where he's living anyway. I worked with him for a while, and I couldn't understand who the Shamey guy was, and why whatever he said, my uncle just did. Like, he was reporting to him, he was answering to him, and my uncle wouldn't be that kind of guy. He'd present anybody with a bit more authority than him, or whatever, a little bit, like, actually a lot. But whatever this Shamey guy, I thought he was an ex-superintendent. You see, because of the ex-cop connection. I thought that it was something like that. I was going, who is this guy? Like, why is this guy the be-all, end-all? You know, everybody very sensitive around him. But again, not a massive house. None of these people are living in mansions, guys. They're living in modest homes. You know? I can't understand what's going on, but I'm going to keep talking about this stuff, and I'm going to keep exposing the people involved. I have an appointment today in Ross. I'm on my way into New Ross for an appointment. Hopefully this goes well and it's not a setup, because I think although some of the people in there are trying to help, once these bad guys, they drop the hammer on you, there's not much you can do about it. So Christ be with me, wish me luck, and keep me in your prayers and thoughts, because Lord knows I need to be there. That's pretty much it. That's all I can think about for right now. I'm going to do more later. And by the way, the reason why this isn't a video is because I have a big sore on my face that I'm very self-conscious of. It's healing though. And as well as that, I wanted to include the photo. And I'm not good with this kind of, video and recording kind of thing. I'm just learning to leave the phone in one spot so it doesn't muffle when I move around. Anyway, thanks for watching. Seriously, take a look at that photo. Seriously, take a look at Barry Keoghan and Ezra Miller. Guys, I'm not wrong about this. I'm not wrong about this. All right, more to come. Sandboxed in with yours truly, Jay Fardy.